moment, but right now we do have the honor of bringing to you a guest all the way from the northern part of the country, one of my very favorite individuals in the whole world and whom I hope to have a chance to support for a higher office someday. Her name is Congresswoman Michele Bachmann.
For those of you who aren't paying attention to the world of politics, this is a true warrior. This is the person you want to march to battle with. This is not a person who's looking at the polls to decide what the right thing to do is. This is a person with a moral compass. When I found out that she was not just the mother of 6 kids, that she had over 20 foster children, it was something that the mainstream media will not tell you about because it shows you the type of character that she is, the type of character that she has. She's been serving since 2006. From Minnesota's 6th District. She's gone on many trips, many delegations to Afghanistan. She's just sent General Petraeus the best wishes upon this difficult mission that he has to take on right now. And without further ado, Congresswoman Michele Bachmann.
Yay! Congresswoman, thank you so much. You have huge fans across the country and right here.
When was the last time you went to Afghanistan? And since then, what anything new going on there?
Andrew, we could only wish there weren't new things going on here in Washington, D.C. There's an awful lot. We've been across the street to vote, and I'll have to go very shortly to vote again soon. So there's a lot happening. Yes, I was in the Middle East. I've been over several times to visit our troops. They are the best. This is the easiest thing to get behind. And I hope that everyone watching today, either on television or on the internet, will give whatever they can to this great cause. It doesn't get any better to help our troops when they are literally on the lines fighting for our freedom. So send $5, send a care package, anything that you can possibly send them. This is such a great organization. And I know with the help of great people like Melanie Morgan, Andrew Breitbart, my hero, the rock star of all new media, Mark Williams, the rest, Gary Sinise, that we're going to have a very successful day today. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of this today.
One quick question. I know you have to go to vote, so we'll make it fast. But if you could deliver a message to a man or a woman who is overseas, a troop member who's serving right now, what is it on behalf of yourself and members of the United States Congress?
I would want to tell you that those of us here in the United States Congress recognize your sacrifice, and we understand that it's very real and that it's not only yourself, but it's your family members. What I saw when I was with our troops in the Middle East is that they look out for each other. It really becomes a band of brothers, a band of sisters. And it's a wonderful concept that only occurs in a venue like that. And you know, I heard a story this year that I'd like to be able to share with all of your viewers today that really touched my heart. And it happened 67 years ago on February 3rd. It was at the height of World War II in 1943. And we had a troop transport ship called the Dorchester. They were part of a convoy of 3 ships. They left the New York area, went by way of Newfoundland. They were on their way to an American base in Greenland. It was freezing cold, as you can imagine, on February 3rd. And that night, they were in some very dangerous waters. At that point, we didn't know which direction that the war would go. Another madman named Hitler was the individual we were fighting at that time. The totalitarianism we were fighting was Nazism. And so just west of Greenland, the Dorchester was found about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the ship's captain had told the young 18, 19-year-old soldiers on the ship, there were 902 of them that night. He told the men, wear your life jackets and wear your uniforms. We're in very difficult waters, and you might need to be prepared at any time. Well, they were young kids. They were 18, 19. A lot of them decided they didn't want to sleep in a bulky life jacket, so they went to bed. But at about 1 o'clock in the morning, the periscope came up through the waters, and in the crosshairs, they put the Dorchester's flank, and 3 torpedoes were fired at the Dorchester. The second torpedo hit, And instantly, there were scores of our young GIs that were killed in that explosion. Immediately, the power went out. The radio went out. Panic ensued. Men were screaming and crying. They had no idea what to do. But there were 4 chaplains on the Dorchester, and they tried to help these young boys that remained to get up to the deck. When they got up to the deck, the chaplains found a storage locker, and they found life jackets up on deck. And they handed them out to the boys,
Yes.
and they were praying for them and saying, "Courage, boys." And they gave them the life jackets until there were more boys than there were life
Yes.
jackets. And the 4 chaplains wordlessly removed their own life jackets and put them on the young GIs. It was one of the greatest acts of valor that witnesses had ever reported. These are the sacrifices that identify who we are as Americans. We're a great country, and our young men and women in uniform, there is no one like them. Never has, never is today, and never will be in the future.
God
we
bless
recognize
you.
who you are, what you've done for us. So thank you for everything.
Yay.
Thank you,
deserve
Michele.
Thank you so much, Michele Bachmann, Congresswoman.
We have the proud mom of one of those young, brave men.
We certainly do. Many of you know her. I know the rest of the country has been so honored to have her lead us in many, many different ways. The former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin, joining us live on Move America Forward's Troopathon.